What's your favorite Cantonese phrase?
我即刻諗起一句，你蝦我膝頭哥唔食辣椒醬啊，咁樣，即係膝頭哥係一定唔會食辣椒醬噶嘛，你唔好諗住呃我喎，我就一定唔會信你噶，咁樣咯。
好似好想咁講，但係我好中意廣東話嘅粗口，因為比其他語言，即係例如英文啊或者德文啊 expressive 好多，冇人講粗口好似香港人講粗口咁，係一個讚賞嚟嘅。
Here in Hong Kong, we speak Cantonese. And it was once a variety of Chinese with prominent global influence because of Guangzhou and Hong Kong's status as an international hub. It's also because early Chinese diaspora communities, mostly made up of immigrants from southern China, many of whom spoke Cantonese. But things have changed. The rise of China as a global economic power has shifted the world's focus to the mainland.
I'm gonna learn Chinese.
你好吗? What the
I don't doubt the importance of Mandarin. After all, it is the common speech in China. But till this day, Cantonese speakers, myself included, take a lot of pride in our language. But why? What makes it such an interesting language, and why is it worth your attention? This is my case for Cantonese. Cantonese sometimes get a bad rep for sounding a bit harsh or downright aggressive. So I get why there's a stereotype that Cantonese people are always cursing at each other. But if you take a closer look, you'll notice that Cantonese is blunt and unembellished. But that's what makes it approachable. If you've seen the 2001 Hong Kong comedy Shaolin Soccer, you might remember this scene.
做人如果冇夢想，同條鹹魚有咩分別啊？
Hamyu is a type of preserved fish. But in Cantonese, it can also be translated to mean dead bodies. Why? Well, I imagine it's because of their look and smell. If I were to translate it, it would be something like this. This could have been a really cheesy line, but when set with Cantonese's deadpan humor, it doesn't have pretentious at all. Instead, it became one of the most quotable memes. If Shaolin Soccer is a bit too ancient for you, let me give you another example from a more recent movie, Shang-Chi.
跟我讲话礼貌点，我吃的盐比你吃的饭还要多。
This literally translates to, I have eaten salt more than you have eaten rice. Tony Leung spoke Mandarin in this movie. But this is actually a classic Cantonese expression, 食鹽多過你食米, which older people use to express that they have years of experience on you. I love that they included this in the movie. But I wish Tony Leung got to say it in Cantonese because, in my opinion, only Cantonese expressive tones and concise syntaxes can truly do this insult justice.
老豆食鹽多過你食米。
This phrase has the power to completely destroy my self-esteem. But at the same time, it's funny to me why anyone would think bragging about their sodium intake makes a good insult. And this isn't the only insult that refers to food that we're all familiar with. We call people a lump of rice, yat gao fan, to describe that they're useless and slow to react. We call people big head shrimp, dai tao ha, to say that they're absent-minded. And of course, the iconic barbecue pork or char siu. Parents would complain, "生個叉燒好過生你啊," essentially saying that you're worth less than a barbecue pork. As you can see, Cantonese is playful, relatable, and down to earth. Yes, it's so uncompromisingly direct, but I think that's the point. It's how casual it is that helps bring its speakers closer together, because cutting out the formalities also cuts out the layers of distance between the people that speak it. But it's also because of how colloquial Cantonese is, it actually means that it's treated with lower priority in education. The interesting thing is that even though I grew up in Hong Kong, I didn't actually get taught Cantonese in school. Hong Kong brags a biliterate and trilingual policy, with biliterate focusing on standard written Chinese, which often dismisses the more colloquial Cantonese. As a result, Cantonese writings and sayings can easily get lost and forgotten, even by the people who speak it every day.
單眼佬睇老婆，有聽過但我唔記得咗。一眼睇晒咁樣。哦，聽過咯，冇教過呢 Miss。
即係就算係我哋自己啦，我哋講咗咁多年廣東話，好多時候都係有聲冇字嘅。你話嗰啲咩滑捋捋嗰啲，我真係唔識寫。
You might be thinking, if the language isn't even taught to native speakers in school, then maybe it's just not that important. But language and culture is intimately linked. Understanding the language helps you understand the culture. There's a saying that was recently popularized in Hong Kong, 圍爐取暖. It means to sit around a stove to get warm, which extends to mean that you only hear comments from people who agree with you. In other words, it means being in an echo chamber. But there's something unique about the Cantonese expression because it nods to Hong Kong's obsession with hot pot.
好似呢個語言都慢慢喺度變緊，或者喺度無形間幫我哋記錄緊我哋嘅文化，或者反映到我哋嘅文化。
It's sad to think that my own mother tongue is often dismissed and sometimes even discouraged as a language of lower status. Because if a language isn't passed on, the culture it supports will also fade out.
雖然由細到大都係住香港嘅，咁但係我就讀國際學校，母語係英文同埋德文，咁變相係近幾年喺香港讀大學先至學埋廣東話。之前可能識啲有咯唔該嗰啲咯，仲有個好重嘅鬼仔口音咁樣咯。廣東話係拉近咗我同對我最重要嘅人嘅關係咯，同埋拉近咗我同我呢個地方嘅關係。
I didn't have to encounter the hardship of learning this language, but it's also because of that I simply took it for granted. In recent years, there's often talk about how Cantonese is dying. I actually don't agree with that because I know that as long as there's people like you and me who continues to celebrate it, it won't. But what it did make me realize is how much Cantonese means to me. And to be completely honest, I can't clearly articulate why I love this language. I love it just because it's a part of me.
冇錯係其他地方都會講嘅廣東話，即係唔似香港咁，但係我哋嘅 version of 廣東話係已經屬於我哋啦。
尤其是可能去到第二啲地方，會一聽到廣東話咧，就會覺得好親切，好似會諗起屋企咁。
It's this language that helped me find people who I can instantly bond with when I was living abroad. And it's when I speak this language that I can shock my friends from the States because they see a whole another side of me that's unabashedly loud and proud. Cantonese carries on its back the past, the present, and hopefully the future of the 80 million people who speak it. And for me at least, that's enough of a reason to preserve it and pass it on. This video is just my case for Cantonese. What about you? Leila? Let us know in the comments down below. Thank you so much for watching this video and we'll see you next time. Bye bye!